Welcome to Weddings Unveiled, the podcast designed to help you build a productive, profitable wedding or event business. Here's your host, Angela Profit.
Hi, y'all. It's Angela Profit, your event and productivity therapist, coming to you from the heart of Music City in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Weddings Unveiled, professional tips and secrets on wedding planning and event design, where we take you behind the scenes of our past experiences in the event industry, what we have learned from them, and how they have made us stronger. This podcast will help you grow a productive and profitable business to launch you into success within the hospitality industry. Today, I'm joined by the best communications and event consultant in the business, Alison Burry.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for having me, Angela. I'm so excited to share some of our past experiences together. We've definitely been through some unique situations over the years. What are we discussing today?
Today, we are talking about pre-planning for the flowers on the wedding day and what you're going to do with those flowers after the wedding is over.
Well, tell us the story. What happened this time?
Well, we had this bride who absolutely loved / obsessed with baby's breath. But not just like baby's breath that you like go to Kroger or the grocery store that is like ugly. It actually, the pictures that she had found on Pinterest and the pictures that she had shown us for her inspiration were actually really, it was really structured like into these big, we called them baby's breath poofs. I mean, they were like these huge balls and of just baby's breath, but it was very tailored and it actually could look really, really good and like not cheap. Because some people, when they think of baby's breath, they think of ugly and cheap, but it wasn't. Her wedding was actually beautiful. But every planning meeting, like the most exciting thing that she would talk about is not having like a ton of flowers, but just having baby's breath everywhere. But again, structured baby's breath. So at the final vendor meeting, we typically ask our clients, what do you want to do with the flowers? Or what do you want to do with the decor? Do you want us to throw it away? Do you want us to donate it? Like, what do you want us to do with it? And she said, well, the two biggest poofs I want to take home with me. And they had just gotten a new home and they just moved in. So they were actually going to spend the night together, their first night in their home, which is really cool. And so they had rented this beautiful, really old car that had just been restored to take them home. And when the car got there and we started to line guests up for their really cool sparkler exit, we grabbed the poofs to like put them in the car. And they were so big that they would not fit in the car. And so we put one on top of the car, which I think if the guy who restored the car saw the pictures or the video, like he would croak. But I think we ended up, when he drove off, we ended up putting it in the trunk. And then the other one, because it wouldn't fit anywhere, no, we put it in the front seat. And then the other one wouldn't fit. And she's like, no, I'm leaving with my poof. And she put it on her lap, like in the car. And I mean, we have the cutest little pictures of her like sticking out the car and all you see is big baby's breath. But that's not the funny part. This is the bad, well, funny / kind of bad. So their wedding night, they wake up the next morning and the groom, who is so precious, so sweet, they were just so in love, woke up to like a broken out face, couldn't breathe. Like, they figured out on their wedding night that he is highly, highly allergic to baby's breath. And so, I mean, she definitely let us know, but we had no idea, and neither did he. And so now when we think about decorating clients' hotel rooms or anything like that, some people ask us to do it, so it's on the timeline, but other people, like if their mom or the groom or if it's a surprise, we know now to ask if either of them are allergic to certain flowers or really allergic to anything, because I think that they had a pretty rough night in their first house, on their first night, on their wedding night, because he was having a hard time breathing. And so we had a little learning experience from that.
It was definitely an interesting story. We didn't learn about that until like months after the wedding, which was funny. And we went out to dinner with them again after the wedding, and we were just talking, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we never told you." And they thought it was hilarious. But in the moment, we were like, "Holy crap, like I hope you had some medicine or something that you could have taken." We felt so bad that we like sent them home with this thing that made him so miserable. But it was definitely a learning experience, and now we always ask people if they have any allergies. But Angela, what would you say your biggest takeaway was from that wedding?
My biggest takeaway is, again, ask more clarifying questions. Just because the client is asking you to do something, really thinking through it and making sure that there's not going to be any negative repercussions after the fact. Because, again, having allergies myself, it sucks when you can't breathe. And having food allergies and things like that, you got to be aware. And when people are planning for their wedding, I don't think they think of those things sometimes that are more practical. And so being the practical thinker definitely makes me think of things differently now.
Great. Well, Angela, can you share with our listeners some of the different products and resources you have available to help wedding and event planners?
Absolutely. You can visit the blog on the website, and there's lots of great articles and resources available there, which it's angelaprofit.com. You can sign up for tips and resources and be part of our email list. We'll send you all kinds of juicy details. We do webinars and live events, so watch social media for more about that.
Awesome. Well, Angela, thank you so much for sharing your valuable advice with us today. I can't wait for next week to tell more of our incredible experiences together.
And thank you, Alison, so much for joining me. And thank you so much to our listeners for joining us today on Weddings Unveiled, professional tips and secrets on wedding planning and event design. Tune in next week to learn more from our past experiences. If you found this podcast helpful, please share it with other wedding and event professionals. Be sure to subscribe today so you never, ever miss the juicy details of Weddings Unveiled. I'm so passionate about helping other event professionals, and with my background in psychology, I appreciate that our best selves develop from real-life situations. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to tune in next week for more tips on how to grow your business. And if you have a question or an unresolved issue that you want guidance on, connect with us on angelaprofit.com. For more valuable resources, again, visit the website. And until next time, remember to stay productive and profitable.
You've been listening to Weddings Unveiled with Angela Profit. Join us next time for more insights to help you build a productive, profitable wedding or event business. For more great resources, head over to angelaprofit.com.